Ye said, let's give you some spiritual tips. Put on the whole armor of God. So you must always allow the Bible to talk to us. Some of these things are deep, that we approach them with all interpretation, with our own interpretation, the real interpretation. Remember, it is not truth to set one free, it's the truth that you know will set you free. What happens when you know something that you are misinformed? Not everyone who is informed is informed. You can be informed to be misinformed, you know? Sometimes you need to keep quiet and allow the Bible to talk. I'm saying this because I know a lot of people don't read. The only thing they're concerned about is Ephesians 6 verse 12. But for the sake of context, I want you to guys understand where we're coming from, so we understand where we're going. It says, put on the whole armor of God. So this is not just an ordinary armor, it's an armor of God. So God has an armor. So ye may be able to stand against the what? The wiles. The wiles, who's reading? The wiles of the devil. You know? Strategy, it's a strategia. You know? Like today I have put out fire in the demonic altars of the enemy. Today I did a lovely, beautiful work. You know? Because yesterday they planned to send me the spirit of angry. Yes. So I was ready for it, because the Most High God always really reveal to us what the enemy is doing. You know, definitely not the devil not gonna do you shit and reveal to you. The Most High God will tell you what's going. You know. So today I have sat and I have put fire in their demonic altars. You know, I knocked the heck out of them. But we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. You know. Yeah. It's funny when the people who's done you wrong, you know, and fail to do whatever they want to do to you, are now rushing to bind themselves to you, you know, like, you know, روح اهربوا من العقاب غير عذاري ولا في. It's against spiritual law. You done a person wrong, you can't hide in his energy. بدكم كتير فتح خبز. We wrestle not against flesh or blood, especially if that person is rejecting you in spirit and flesh. So, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principality, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness of high places. So everybody pay attention here. Yeah. Apostle Paul, he's talking about many things in verses 12 of Ephesians 6. But I want you to focus on 3 things. How many things? On that very verse that we just read, the same verse we read, I want us to focus on 3 things. The first thing is that we are wrestling. Wrestling. God is not the one wrestling. We are the one wrestling. Yes. I talked about spiritual war. You will never hear it everywhere, anywhere, you know. As we go and we go further, and then we dish out solid information, you know. You take what I'm telling you from me and you apply it and see the difference, you know. So the first thing I want you to do, we're wrestling. Yes, the best wrestler is not an angry wrestler. You don't wrestle from anger. Wrestle from love. That's the most powerful frequency. Yes. Smile in front of evil. Wrestling against. Now, the third thing that I want you to focus on is where this wrestling takes place. This is powerful. We talk about wrestling. Where does it take place? The first thing you have to be aware of is that you are in a warfare. You are wrestling. You are in a battle. Not God, but you. Makes sense? And then he say, the second thing we talk about is what we are wrestling against, what we are battling, what we are fighting against. Then the third thing is where this fight is happening. Because you can never defeat an enemy that you don't understand. Failure to interpret your enemy is to fail to conquer your enemy. Imagine you fight and you don't know where the war is taking place and where the battle is taking place, and where I'm going. You know, I don't know where the war is taking place. I don't know what's the enemy I'm fighting. Where I'm going. I'm going to make this clear to somebody today. I'm going to terrorize today. I want to destroy. Where? You don't want to kill wrong people. You don't want to shoot wrong people. You don't want to fight wrong people. And that's because you don't know the location where you are to fight your enemy. So the third thing was where it taking place according to the Bible. According to the Bible, yes. Where? In high places. It says in high places. So let me quickly break that down, because I'm not going to just talk about foundation and don't go anywhere. We wrestle not against just flesh and blood. So he tells us what we are up against. And then he says, but against principalities. And then he uses the word against. So that should tell you that this is not one thing. So because he said against principality and against, so you know, so against is a place. It's not just a comma to line it up, because if you line it up, you would have said against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness. But he uses against. Why? Because Paul, he is showing you that what you are dealing with is entities. And then it should tell you that before you are in spiritual warfare, you must know and fight. I'm fighting a principality. I'm fighting against rulers now, because you can't fight them at once. It's not like impossible to fight them all together. You can, but you should know: am I now fighting a principality? Am I now fighting an entity, a ruler of darkness? Am I fighting now spiritual wickedness? You know, so against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. And there's 4 entities Paul is talking about, 4 different energies. And each entity has functionality and operation. So principality doesn't have functionalities of powers. So if you say I'm in spiritual warfare, you must be able to tell us what I'm fighting against. Principality, demons. You should tell us what a principality means, because you can never find an enemy like you don't understand. Principality, demons. What's a demon? A prince without a territory. You know. Now it's getting clear. Territory. You know, prince without a territory. He wants a territory. You know. Now you start understanding what kind of. Then you have to know what kind of demon you're fighting. You know, is it a cursing demon? Is it a vampiristic? Is it what kind of demon? And if it's better and better if you know the name of the demon, because the more you go in details, the more you slay better. So everywhere, but nowhere. Why? Because there is no understanding. See, because there is no understanding nowadays. See, glory to the Most High God. Like, you know, when you're fighting things, people trying to bind you and people trying to attach things to you, you know, When you know what it is, it's over. God will test you for your strength. God will test you for your strength. The enemy will tempt you. You know, God tests. The enemy tempts. This is a vibration and energy, and this is another. So you gotta know what's tempting and what's testing. That's why Jesus encouraged his disciples and encouraged us in Matthew 6 when he told us about prayer and how to pray. When you start praying, you say, lead us not to temptation. O God, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses as we forgave those who trespass against us, and deliver us from evil. This is the sacred chaplet of Archangel Michael. This chaplet, if you use it while the enemy is attempting thing on you, you finish them. The sacred chaplet. You say it on the honor of Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, on the honor of your guardian angel, and you repeat it, the chaplet, the Masbah, and you repeat it. When you say this, just those words, you're calling as above as below, you're calling the Most High who's art in heaven, and at the same time you're forgiving the enemy that is attacking you. So you left the battle, because you're battling, not God. What have you done? You left the battle from your hand and you have gave it to God's hand. And when it's in God's hand, nobody fight better than him. But you should know when to use this. Because it's not always you should use this in all kind of attacks.